Hi, so I said I would send some information ready for this full moon coming up tomorrow in Scorpio. I am busy painting what will be a bathroom. And it's been quite a busy and disrupted week. And I just thought, I'm just not going to get a chance, so I'm just going to do it now, whilst I'm in the middle of painting. Just for some guidance, because it's a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio is very deep. Scorpio is about secrets, uncovering secrets. So people will sometimes say secretive, but it's not actually. Scorpio wants to discuss anyone who is kind of secretive, and there are certain things that they don't want to discuss. There are things that they don't want people to know about them. Scorpio is going to go there. Scorpio is going to take us there, force and push that a little bit. Let's have those conversations. Let's talk about the things that are classically, traditionally thought of as taboo. So let's talk about the dark aspects of things like addiction and gambling, like all of the addictions, gambling, sex, drugs, all of that kind of thing, because Scorpio wants to experience the depths. Scorpio is water, a water sign, and it's an evolved water sign, so it's very far through the year, very far through the zodiac. It's so it wants to go to the places, and it doesn't consider anything to be taboo. In fact, anything that is considered taboo, it says, look at that, that is shadow work. Let's go into it, go into the darkness within all of us. So within ourselves, the things that we would rather people didn't know about our personalities, the side that we try and keep hidden from everyone, and it's like, why? Well, why do we hide that from people? Why do we not want people to see that about us or see us in that way? And things like secrets that we've got. So, and right to addiction that we've got, or anything secretive that you've got going on. So secret relationships, all of that kind of thing. Scorpio will say, look to that. And because it's a full moon, it's illuminated, fully illuminated. So saying, well, look at that. We're going to shine a spotlight on that and look at that and say, why is that a hidden part of your life? Why isn't that just who you are? And why can't you just show that part of you to the world? So it can be then bringing up and illuminating things about yourself that have been kept secret in the shadows, that you didn't want people to know about, that need to come up now, that need to be addressed now, that you need to just deal with it and bring it out and talk to someone about it, confess something, ask someone for help, or make it part of your life and stop hiding those things about you anymore. And that is for sure this is for sure a time for us to say, actually, I'm not hiding this. This is me. This is me. Like it or not, this is who I really am, and I'm not hiding that anymore for anyone. So interesting if you have been feeling those things, that kind of things coming up. I know I have, for sure. And there are conversations that I've been having as well regarding others in my life. And all healthy conversations, all good things to consider that would, in the past, things I've even tried to talk about with people in the past that just people didn't want to go there, didn't want to have those conversations, didn't want to hear, that have been talked about today as well. And we're in the full moon energy. It always starts a couple of days before. So Wednesday, that would have really picked up. And another thing is kind of agitation, because we've got Mars. We've got Mars kind of in some conjunctions and in Aries, agitating things. So specifically just about the moon, you've always got the sun and the moon opposite each other at a full moon. So where is the sun? The sun is in Taurus. Taurus is about stability, finances, material things. So Taurus is very much about your home and material things. So, okay, this is not my home, I don't live here, but it is my house. And guess what? I'm here turning it into what I want it to be, and very much this week working on material, physical things, a house, a home, bricks, mortar, stability. And tomorrow on the full moon, I'll be going back to my home, to the boat, where I feel happy and safe and free and cocooned all at the same time. So it's just Taurus being about financial stability as well. Really interesting that I said about addiction. So Scorpio, the opposite side where the moon is, things like addiction, things like gambling, or how we spend money, spending addictions, shopping addictions. So those kind of things will be coming up for us to look at and be honest about and reflective about and open and be confronted with, basically, as we are in a full moon when the sun and the moon are illuminating. The moon is lighting the way, saying, all right, so in order for you to move forward, in order for you to grow and evolve, what do you need to look at? What do you need to face up to that are the secretive things, as I say, that can be, but that are to do with stability? Because we've also got Uranus just moved this week into Gemini, in the last week, which is the last. There's all of the planets moving signs, and that's been the last of the outer planet to move. So Pluto made its move from Capricorn to Aquarius over a year ago, and all of the other planets have been moving. As I've said before, it's the first time we've seen them move all together in an 18-month, 2-year period. A lot of them have just moved in these last couple of months, and all to be on these anaretic degrees, as in the final degree of a sign moving into the first degree of a sign. Like, a lot of them have just moved into Aries, the first degree, the initiation, the new change, a new start, the new chapter, the new person, the new human, earth, humanity, all of that. And that's why so many things are being shaken up around the world, uncovered. Exactly, interesting, isn't it? I'm talking about the dark side of sexuality, as Scorpio likes to talk about, the dark side of that, the addictions, or the darker aspects, the more classically shameful aspects. And it is things like children, women being abused, these terrible things that have been uncovered around the world, trafficking, all of that kind of thing. So as Scorpio comes to show us and say, let's look at who we really are, let's look at what humanity really can be and what the dark, ugly truths are. We need to know, we need to see them, and we need to accept and admit that those things are within our society. And partly to say, well, I'm a human, so that is within me, that is within my capability, difficult as that is to confront, but certainly to look and say, that is in our society, that is in our modern day. It's always been there, but it's very, very much underworld, underground, dark web and all of that kind of thing, and ready to be uncovered and looked at, so we can all say, right, stop hiding from this. A lot of the people that we look to, that we respect, that we follow, that we keep up with, that we buy from, that we try and emulate, or maybe we absolutely don't, but we know that they've got so much influence, so much power in this modern world, Western modern world. And look at the darkness, the truth in the darkness, and how many are actually involved in that. So there's more to come out around that. But that's just to say, let's not have our head in the sand. But it's absolutely, this moon is to say, who are we though, and who are we deciding that we are, and what do we stand for? Taurus, where the sun is ruled by Venus, and Venus, that Venusian energy, is always about values. It's always about what do you stand for. Taurus is grounded, it's earth. What do you stand for? What is the solid ground beneath your feet, and what do you really, really care about? And and what are we no longer going to stand for as well? So making a change to say, okay, we see this terrible darker side, and that's not us. We don't want this anymore. We don't want this. We don't want to be influenced and controlled and told what to do and how to live and what to buy and how to take care of ourselves, and not by those kind of people, not by those kind of systems, not by those kind of rules. So time to say, what do we stand for? And sovereignty, everyone's talking about sovereignty. Well, what does that really mean? An agency. It's about choosing to live your life your way, and it's about choosing not to follow what somebody else says, and not going for the popular. It can mean not going for the popular vote. There's a big rebellious, when I say vote, I don't mean politically, but I do mean about how you believe, your beliefs about the world. Challenge them, look at how they've changed in the last 5, 6, 7 years, certainly, because Uranus in Gemini is a 7-year, it sits in a sign for 7 years. So it's been in Taurus for 7 years. So it's been in that financial, material, stable, how do I feel financially safe and secure, and in what new ways? Because Uranus is always about new, and it's technology, and yes, it's AI, and yes, it's things like cryptocurrencies and things like that. Uranus is all new, but it's also unexpected and shocks. Uranus will bring shocks to change things. It's very like electrical. It rules Aquarius. It's very electrical, lightning bolt kind of energy. And so it will be in Gemini for 7 years now, and it's been in Taurus for 7 years. So for the last 7 years, we've been in a cycle, and now we're going into a new one in terms of a Uranus cycle. And look at how much your beliefs have changed in that time, and what new information you've been made aware of, and you're going to be made aware of so much more, because Gemini is communication, it's information, it's communication gathering, it's how we speak, it's how we write, it's taking in information and communicating it out there in the world. There are people, whether you're interested or believe in this or not, there are people talking about light languages. But people are going to, in meditations and things, it's already happening, that people are speaking languages that they've never known before. And things are coming to them, and people are starting to channel who've never done anything like that before. And they're having these insights, and almost kind of psychic insights. And even, people, that's not what they were meditating for, but that's what started to come through. And there'll be more and more of that with Uranus in Gemini, because it's new ways of communicating and thinking, and it's fast because it's air. Air sign is Gemini. Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius, which is another air sign. So it's going to be fast changes, fast thinking, fast communication, almost kind of telepathic communication. So if you start noticing that with people, almost this kind of telepathic communication, well, that may not be too much of a surprise now. So what can I advise you? Watch out for feeling anything where you're particularly feeling agitated. So Mars, being in Aries, is square to Gemini, so it's square to this moon. Anything that's squaring is challenging it's confronting. So yes, our beliefs are going to be confronted. We are going to need to start to change our beliefs and the way that we understand the world, because Gemini, Uranus and Gemini, that's our... You've always got to look at the sign, the planet that rules the sign that a planet's in. So Uranus is the higher mind. It's the mystic mind. It's the cosmic. It's like higher level consciousness, like divine communication and telepathy and all that kind of thing. And people talk about galactic consciousness. That's Uranus. And dreams as well. So very Neptunian that is, but Uranus as well to dreams, because it's that higher consciousness or subconscious. And then in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, Mercury is the human mind, is our, as I say, it's our thinking, it's how we talk, it's how we write, it's our human mind. So you've got this connection while Uranus is in Gemini, of our human mind to the bigger mind, the whole connected consciousness, to if you believe in oneness, that we're all connected in some way, every living thing, then people might even start feeling like they can understand what animals are trying to tell them, and that animals are communicating with them, and plants, things like that. And that might sound crazy, but we're also being asked to embrace the crazy, because actually that's where we're going to find a lot of breakthroughs in that kind of thing. And Uranus is different, like it rules Aquarius. Aquarius is different, it's quirky, it quite likes to be different and quirky. So let's embrace our quirky. And because it's Gemini who loves to talk, guess what? I've got Sun and Mercury in Gemini. I like to pass on messages. Then this is about embracing your quirky and talking about it, showing the world, telling the world about the things that you believe in that are different, and the things you've possibly been interested and believed in for a long, long time, like me, but you've had to keep that quiet because really you're quite a scientific or academic mind or field, or all of your training is in that kind of thing. Like mine's always been very academic, English languages, literature, working in corporate world, and then even retraining as a Pilates teacher is very academic, and science and biology, physiology, all of that. And yet I've always had these beliefs in other ways of communicating, and telepathy and astrology. So I'm now talking about it a lot and finally starting to feel like, yeah, I believe in this. So just notice, are you having those kind of feelings as well? It's going to be coming up more and more. So with that, then tune into that. So you could I would definitely recommend, as we did at the new moon, I definitely recommend drumming or some sort of music that gets you dancing, that's got this beat that gets you moving and dancing, and let go of some of the agitations that you might be have come up in this week. Now, those agitations are for us to notice them. They're being agitated by Mars in Aries, squaring Uranus in Gemini. Yeah, sorry, that's the square, not the moon. And we're being agitated for a reason. So notice the things that are agitating you, that are causing you to feel agitated, or others around you who are being agitated, or that they are agitating you, you're agitating them, all that kind of thing. Agitation is a big word for this week. And it's there, or things in the news, things at work, it's there for a reason, and it's there for us to look at. How do I feel about that? Why does that bother me? And then a lot of this is being brought to us to say, because it's a full moon, release that now. Let that go. That is old. That is very, very old. It's last chapter for you. It could be way older than that. And it's time to let that go now. Get it out of you, move it out of you, dance, stomp, shake it out of you, breathe it out with some music that will help move you like that, so that you can, again, just keep taking the steps into the new. And I keep saying that, but that's because this whole year is about that. It's all about that, right into 2027, when we finally kind of complete this huge metamorphosis from the caterpillar into the butterfly, or coming out as the dragonfly, which is 2027. So We have got fast energy. The fire horse has really started taking off because we're end of April, and it's really like picked up throughout April. So again, just the grounding yourself, the music that you choose to play, let it do that for you as well. Let it ground you, let you shake things off and understand the depths of ourselves, the parts we want to keep hidden, and notice what's come up this week around the things that you are kind of frightened of other people knowing about, and the conversations you're fighting to have, and see how you feel about those now. Notice the kind of conversations that are being had out there in your communities, and are people more able to hold these kind of conversations with more compassion? That's always the way, is compassion, and to realise it's not just you. It's not just you that has that thing or feels that thing or has got that thing going on in their life or their personality that you're trying to hide. It's not just you. And if someone's talking to you about things like that, then hold some compassion and some space for them, which I'm sure you are. It's all coming up for a reason. It's all to show us the parts that we are ready to shed. And this is the deep, deep, deep emotional parts. But as I say, Scorpio as a water sign, yes, it's emotional, but it's more about like, I want to get into those depths and I want us to understand ourselves better and not hide away from the dark stuff. And the occultist stuff, even, it's very much occult, is Scorpio. So if you've been considering trying anything, like, I don't know, maybe you've thinking about trying tarot cards and you've never done anything like that before, or you just tend to use angel and oracle cards because they're really nice, well, maybe it's time to try some tarot cards, or some different hermetic tarot cards, or some runestones, or maybe just whatever, a little bit of witchcraft or spell jars, or collecting moon water. You could, because it's Scorpio and it's water, perfect to go and collect some water from the river on a full moon. So Friday, you could do it on Saturday, still with those energies. Collect some water in a little jar from the river and leave it out under the full moon and have some moon water, and you keep it and you can use it in rituals and cleansings and things. Just explore. The occult side of things is really open for exploration whenever Scorpio's involved in something. So yes, what things do you find that keep you stable and grounded and feeling materially secure? And where is there an addiction to that? Where is there a bit of an addiction, an unhealthy addiction, that it's time to explore and release, or just talk about and be open about? And let's allow those new beliefs to start coming in, and those new beliefs can take you down into the Scorpio depths to just live more truer and more deeply and more absolutely honest, because that's really what Scorpio wants, is honesty, and stop hiding these parts of ourselves and bring them up to the light. Bring them up to the light to either be resolved and got rid of, and that could be, if we are talking addiction things, that you get help, or just starting to accept, I could do with not shopping online quite so much. I could do with not picking up my phone whenever I feel uncomfortable or bored. Like, don't pick up the phone. That's an addiction too. What is it that you're really feeling, and get to the depths of that. Anyway, this is some big, you can really have some breakthrough stuff this week, and you will definitely get energy. This is like the whole year, so I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but energy to do things and create things and new ideas and creativity, and then you'll be floored, and it's time to sleep, and it's time to snooze, and it's time to rest, and it's time. Taurus, which the sun is in Taurus, and Taurus is often called lazy, quite lazy, because it doesn't really want to get up and go and do things. It's more kind of, it's a bull, it's heavier, it's slower to move, it's grounded, it wants to stay there. So Taurus can be it loves its food as well. That's a great thing to be focused on, is like the food that you love. But I mean, again, it can be food addiction, because we're talking about Scorpio addiction, Taurus food and materiality. So to look into those things, but also just enjoy nourishing yourself as well with some good food and some rest. So looking at where the sun is in Taurus, what is that trying to tell us? That actually there's a balance to be had, there's always a balance to be had, and that rest and nourishing yourself with food and comforts and luxuries. Taurus loves its luxuries and its comforts. Those things are important. Just don't overdo it. That's kind of the message. Don't overdo it. Don't turn to it to avoid Scorpio, don't turn to those things to avoid facing up to the truth of the situation, or having difficult conversations, or feeling those horrible feelings. Do that. Have the conversations. Face up to the feelings. Feel them. Breathe through them. Notice where they are, what they're doing in your body. Just let them be, and let them come up, feel them, and let them gently dissipate, as they will do. And let them move through your body with that music and movement. That's what to do in this. Don't go to the addictions to try and avoid feeling things and facing up and fixing things. All right, but yeah, take the naps, nourish yourself with food, and it's a good time to look at your stuff and your things and just do I really value it? Do I really love this? Is this quality? Does this make me feel safe and more joyful, more safe? Or is it just I've started to collect stuff and get a bit addicted to shopping and buying things and surrounding myself with things, and then it's time to let go of that stuff? So those are great lessons for Taurus and Scorpio. Okay, I hope that's enough for you to go on of what to notice and do with this full moon energy. I'm holding a meditation session. I still haven't put the information out because it's just been very busy, but Friday evening, I know that's probably not a great time for most people, but it's the only time I'm going to have some time that will be on the full moon. So if you want to join that, or you want the recording, I'll be putting the link on the chat group. If you can't do it on Friday, but you would like to do it on Saturday or Sunday, because the energies will still be around. They always are for 2 days before, 2 days after, with any full moon. So the recording would be great to do over the weekend. When it's a Scorpio and it's such depth of feeling, and there's all of this, like Uranus has just moved sign, then the energy will last. It has started early and it will last a little bit longer as well. So I don't know what on earth my cat is trying to do, but she's getting involved. Oh dear, hold on, Lola. Yeah, so if you want to do that, that would be great. That would be fantastic. We'll definitely be doing some drumming, shamanic dancing to start, and then we'll go into a meditation. So I've given you the information now about the astrology, so we'll not do too much astrology talk. We'll just get into the moving, releasing in some way, and then we'll meditate. So if you want to do that, that would be amazing to see you then, have your energies there, or get the recording. And don't worry if not, that's absolutely fine. You do what is right for you, and just there's some guidance that for you to take on and do your own thing, or just to listen to and kind of go, right, okay, yep, that has been happening for me. That makes a bit more sense now, or that's going on for people in my life. I kind of get what's going on a bit more. All right. Have a great weekend then. See you later. Look after yourself. Bye.